Okay, so in this second video, we're going to do a case study using the University of Michigan and an actual student from last year to see what that student's financial aid package looks like, and you can get a sense of how all this is put together. So the in-state cost of attendance at the University of Michigan, including tuition, room and board, and estimated living expenses, is $26,984, so close to $27,000. Okay, so we're going to start with institutional grants. These are grants given by the college. So this student was first, the sticker price was $26,984. And this student received an institutional merit grant. So there's two types of grants. There's merit grants and there's need-based grants. And sometimes the two can kind of meld together. But this student received an institutional merit grant for sort of leadership, academic abilities, so a combination of sort of leadership, service, and academics. And that was worth $10,000. So this student got a $10,000 merit grant. And then the student also got a need-based grant from the institution worth $5,780. These were both annual grants, so these grants are repeating, in other words. And then that left the student with a net price after institutional grants at $11,204. So you can already see how the sticker price gets dropped down pretty quick when we add in need and merit-based aid. And this is the ideal scenario. This won't happen with everybody. This is the ideal scenario. Now we're going to go to federal grants. So this is money the federal government gives you based on your need. And there's really one major type of federal grant. And I'll show you that right here. So the net price after institutional grants, remember, was $11,204. And then the main type of federal grant is the Pell Grant. And this student received $3,180 on an annual basis. You have to apply every year, but on an annual basis for the Pell Grant. And just for context, this student, based on this Pell Grant, for a family with 2 children, the average income with this level of grant is right around $45,000 annually. And so the net price after all grants now falls down to $8,024. Okay, so that's all the grants, all the free money. And now we go to work study. So again, work study is when the federal government subsidizes the wages for an on-campus job. And again, this is based on your financial need. It's based on the FAFSA. So net price after grants is $8,024. The student was awarded $2,500 in work study. So the student has to find a work study job on campus, and the financial aid office should help take care of that. And this student is now down to $5,524 as the net price. Okay, so that is grants and work study. And now we go to loans. As I said in the last video, there are good loans and bad loans. The loans I'm going to show you here are the good kind. So first, the net price we're facing is $5,524. And then this student was awarded the Perkins loan, which is again a need-based loan offered by the federal government. That and how we know it's a good loan is it comes from the federal government. It has good low interest rates, and it has favorable payback conditions. So you can pay back these loans with a percentage of income after college. And you can have a sort of fixed amount on the amount of payback. So these have low interest rates and they have good payback conditions. So the Perkins loan she was offered was $2,000, and she took that loan. And then there's the federal direct loans. Federal direct loans are there's 2 types: subsidized and unsubsidized. And all this subsidized means is that the federal government will pay your interest rate. Or the amount accrued on the interest while you're in college, and you are eligible in your freshman year for $5,500 in direct loans. $3,500 of those are subsidized loans. But this student, as you can see from looking at the math here, didn't even have to take out all that much in the loans, just had to take out $3,524. And the student's net price then fell to zero. So that covered everything. Now again, this is sort of the ideal student. This is how we'd ideally like this to work out. This won't happen with every student, obviously, based on the school, based on the academic qualifications, and based on student need. So we're going to go over a couple other cases where things don't work out quite so rosy. But this is one example of how the sticker price we see is not the net price that we pay.